Well, happy holidays, folks. We sure are excited to be here today. And you know what we're going to do? We've got a special edition of Cliff's Notes, and we're actually going to check in with the fastest growing commercial lender in the history of the business. You're about to meet, once again, the CEO of ComLoan, Mitch Ginsberg, directly from Scottsdale, Arizona, right after this. Real estate agents, are you struggling with the day-to-day grind, dialing for dollars, putting in hours of floor time with little to show for it? Are you looking for tips, tricks, and tactics to accelerate your career as an agent that will have you closing more homes, working with more clients, and earning more money than ever before? Hi, my name's Cliff Freeman, and I've spent the past 2 decades of my real estate career running one of the top brokerages in DFW and personally coaching over 1,000 high-performing real estate professionals across North America. I created this podcast to share the strategies and tactics you need to explode your real estate business. I guarantee it. Oh, it's exciting around Lincoln Center today, as you can see. Well, you'll see in just a minute. It's looking like winter outside. No snow, C3. But
none in the forecast either.
None in the forecast. We usually don't get hit with the snow until probably January or February.
No white Christmas this year. I think we had one last year.
No, I'm sorry. Just kidding. You're right. It is no white Christmas this year, and we get one of those about once every 20 years here in Dallas.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's always a white Christmas in Scottsdale, Arizona. Did you know that? It's that big ball up in the sky. It's actually kind of orange, but we don't see much of it in the wintertime here in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And guess where we're going right now? Directly to Scottsdale. Mitch Ginsberg.
Hey, Cliff. How are you guys doing?
Man, it's so great to see you again. I got to tell you, C3 and I were, and Rachel actually, were there dining with you, partaking, fellowshipping, having a great time at your holiday party a couple of Mondays ago. What a fete that was. That was a great time, sir. We had a wonderful evening with your folks. Gosh, what were there? 50 or 60 people from ComLoan were there, right?
Yeah, we just really was a fantastic time, and was even better with you guys being there. So really appreciate you making the long trek. I know it was difficult, and traveling, but
yeah.
You guys did it, and it's appreciated.
Well, I swear that's the last time I'm riding my bicycle across the Great Divide. To heck with that. I'm either going to drive or take a bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I should have told you guys to fly, but I just forgot to warn you guys. What can I say?
I forgot how steep those mountain passes were, but yeah, it's amazing. Well, Mitch, you come to our show today with some really amazing news. For people who haven't heard the story, this is actually not your first time on our show. You actually started ComLoan back in, was it 2009, I believe? Is that correct?
No, it's about 2014.
14, I'm sorry.
9 years ago.
Nine, that's where, okay, 2000, that's where the 9 came from. Yeah. And for a long time, you developed and perfected some really critical technology to help borrowers source commercial loans and not just be sort of strapped or tied down to whatever their local bank could do for them. Give us a little background on your vision 9 years ago when you started ComLoan.
Yeah, I think, Cliff, just for starters, feel very, very blessed to have been part of this opportunity. But essentially, I saw an enormous gap in commercial real estate lending. Commercial real estate lending is a very fragmented market. There's so many different types of lenders, from the banks to the credit unions to the, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac on the multifamily, the commercial mortgage-backed security lenders, life companies, debt funds. You got all these different types of lenders, and they all have different rules on how they size up a loan and what they effectively want to lend on. And then to further compound the issue, you got all these different types of properties, from what we fondly call, I guess, the four main food groups, which is retail, industrial, office, and multifamily, they all have subcategories. And then you have hospitality, the hotels, you have all the single purpose type properties, which are car washes, you know, gas stations. So you got all these different property types, you got all these different kinds of lenders, you got all these different loan programs. Everybody's got different rules. How does a borrower know where to go? So for any commercial real estate borrower, it is truly the most complicated, complex process to try and get a loan, let alone the best loan. You know, at some point you're just happy to get a loan. You know, so traditionally the way borrowers have done it is they've sort of done the traditional dialing for dollars. You know, you call bank A, you start with your bank, right? You find out your bank won't do what you need, and then you go to another bank and you ask for recommendations, and you know, it's just call after call after call, eventually to find a bank that's going to ultimately do your loan. Or potentially you could go to a mortgage broker who might have relationships with a half a dozen, 10 banks or so, and just hope that they are able to do the loan once again, not necessarily get you the best deal, just get you a deal. Which to me just seemed, in this day and age of technology where everything is search engines and online, and you go to Amazon and you got all these different search engines, that really is empowering the consumer. So I said, you know, this is crazy. This doesn't make sense why we don't have this kind of technology in the commercial lending industry. So I went around, I interviewed a whole bunch of different types of lenders, SBA, CMBS, credit unions, some of the agency lenders, and really found out that there are about 30 key common variables that every single lender uses, irrespective of the type of lender. Every lender will use to size up a loan. You know, where the property is located, that's a lending variable. It could be by city, state, county. It really doesn't matter, but you can define where they will lend. Then you can say every lender's got a particular type of property they'll lend on. Every lender's got a minimum and maximum loan side, and you go down the list. But the beauty of this is those are very clearly defined variables that you can develop a search engine. So you create a database with the lender information with those variables, and then you capture those very same variables from a borrower. I am looking to purchase a property in this location, this size, da 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 da, and then you use search engine technology to match the borrower not just with any lender, but with the perfect lender that best fits their needs. So, Cliff, you've seen it in our offices. We have a poster in our office, which is the golden rule. And you know the golden rule: he who has the gold makes the rules, right? Up till now, the lenders have had the gold, right? They've got the money, so they made the rules. And we've really framed that very poster upside down in our office because we want to turn that golden rule on the head. We want to empower the consumer. We want to empower the borrower. We want to give the borrower the best possible product and not have a bank or a lender shoehorn that borrower into a program that doesn't necessarily best fit for them. So really, really excited. We're as you said, we're 9 years into this journey. We have 750 plus lenders on the platform, which represent about 200,000 loan products. I mean, it's astounding. 200,000 loan products. And not only do we have the products in our database, these products are kept current daily using algorithms. The rates are kept current. You know, most of the lenders are linked to a particular index. Our system will ping the respective indices for the agency and the CMBS loans. We've written algorithms which mimic how the bond traders price the loans. The lenders have a portal that they can go in and adjust their lending parameters at any point. So this is a game changer. This truly will change the way middle market commercial loans are originated, without a doubt. It's just really very, very exciting.
Yeah, and when you came up with the idea, you didn't have this foresight to know what was going to be happening in 2022, 23 that would lead to this Armageddon for commercial real estate mortgage credit. I mean, banks now, their credit boxes are tightening. the regulators are telling them to get rid of all of their real estate assets. There is still $1.5 trillion coming due for refinance in the next 18 to 24 months. And these loans need a home. Some of the deals aren't going to pencil. Some of them are not going to make any sense at all. But the bottom line is that most of these people are going to have to go places where they don't have a relationship if they're going to be able to get this deal done at all. And really, the simple answer is all they've got to do is come to ComLoan to get the best selection, the best pricing, and for it to really be done for them, the ease of doing business with the packaging and the processing of the loans. So you decided, Mitch, about a year ago, I guess, that you wanted to pivot your model. You started out as a business to consumer, direct to consumer, and then I think you told me that you realized that since 2/3 of all of the real estate mortgage loans are originated by mortgage brokers, you really weren't serving the entire market, just trying to go and pick out the onesie twosie borrowers along the way. You needed to get critical mass, and the way to do that, you determined, was to invite commercial loan originators to come to ComLoan to originate their loans. Out of that was born the Empower program. Can you tell us a little bit about the Empower program?
Yeah, I think touching on the timing, I wish I could say it was genius on my part. I think a lot of genius is just being in the right place at the right time, right? But I think the market for launching the Empower program is perfect, to your point of saying it's a very interesting time we're in. Lenders that were leading at any point in time are no longer lending. So for a lot of commercial real estate borrowers, they really don't know where to go. And conversely, for mortgage brokers that had that relationship with maybe, a half a dozen, 10, 12 lenders, those lenders may not be lending anymore, or they've, changed their parameters, drastically. So what the Empower program is really opening up our technology for the commercial mortgage originator. That a commercial mortgage originator can join our platform and take advantage of our technology. Our technology goes really beyond just finding the right lender. It's an entire ecosystem. So the originator gets a portal that they work on, where they work out of, where they can originate the loan, they can manage their pipeline, they communicate with the lender, they communicate with the borrower. The borrower has a portal where they can obviously review their loan, the initial loan quote, they can upload all their documentation, they can track the status of the loan, and then ultimately review all the loan options that come through from the lenders. And then the lender has a portal where they can quote the loan, they review the loan package through their portal. And they obviously, as I said earlier, they can change their lending parameters through their portal. All the packaging is done in our system. It's state of the art. The packages that go to the lenders are already outstanding. And what that does, it creates a really simple, streamlined process for the lenders. So human nature is, if a loan comes over and it's well structured, well packaged, all the documentation's there, what do you think the lender's going to do? The lender is going to clear their desk and work on the easy loan, right? And that's really what ComLoan has created. So for any commercial loan originator, we essentially giving them a business in a box. We truly are. We're giving them the technology that they are able to originate a loan effectively in 1/3 of the time than it would have taken them traditionally to originate the loan. So they can really focus on prospecting, going out and getting the word out to meet clients. So just really, really excited. It's just, I mean, it's the growth of this platform has absolutely just way, way, way exceeded my wildest expectations.
Well, and speaking of growth, I mean, we actually have some numbers I think you brought to the show today to give the audience an idea. I just happen to say it's the fastest growing commercial lender in the history of the industry, but I believe that. I mean, in a matter of just a few months, how many folks have joined ComLoan, Mitch?
Well, we've got pretty much committed and on board, probably in excess of 120 already. At this pace, we're adding probably about 30 or so a month, and that's accelerating. It's so, who knows what the average is going to be next year? It's certainly going to be in excess of that. So certainly by the end of next year, we'll be at several hundred, several hundred, or possibly even 1,000. Who knows? It's sort of taken a life of its own. It's growing organically, and it makes sense because the value proposition to any commercial originator is a no-brainer. The commission splits that we have are extremely aggressive. We offer marketing, we offer social media content. So there's just a whole host of benefits for a commercial originator to supercharge their business.
So, and you're seeing people come from the banking world, you're seeing people come from the broker world, you're seeing people who are influencers in commercial real estate who recognize this as such an opportunity. They're bringing people, their lenders over. And you said it was a good thing for the loan officers, but Mitch, isn't it also a good thing for lenders who are on the platform?
Oh, absolutely. So the lenders on our platform, I think you threw out a statistic, which is an MBA statistic a little earlier, which you said 2/3 of all commercial real estate loans funded are originated by third parties. So the banks are used to getting their loans, or the lenders are used to getting their loans from third parties. Um, but it's up till now, it's really been from this multitude of mortgage brokers at different levels of professionalism. Their packages certainly in many cases left a lot to be desired. So the lenders would have to go through all these really tough, very poorly packaged transactions to find the one that fits. It's like finding that, kissing the frog. So the beauty and the value to the lender is our transactions, when they get a loan from Loan, they know that it fits their parameters. Why? They've given us their parameters. They've told us, this is what I want. I want a loan in this area, this type of property, this size of loan, boom, boom, boom. They've told us the 30 variables that they want to see to do the loan. So by the time they get a loan from Loan, they know this is a loan I want to see. Now, to compound that, that loan is really well packaged. We've got market data, we've got stats, we've got all the major tombstones that they're going to want to see. We've got all the underlying documentation, the rent rolls, the T12s, the personal financials. So for them, it's really easy to underwrite, to size up the loan, and to quote the loan. And because generally we control the transaction, they know that they stand a high probability of winning that transaction. So they are investing far less time into getting a fundable loan than they did in the past. So it's an absolute huge benefit to the lenders as well.
So for the loan officer, you said it would take about a third of the time. And I've heard you tell people directly, look, I fully expect you to double or triple your production under our umbrella because we're going to put time back in your calendar. So for the lender, I mean, I could see this potentially helping cut their overhead. They don't have people, fishing through so many files and seeing what spaghetti will stick to the wall and what won't. I mean, it really just seems like, and then for the borrower, rather than the tail wagging the dog, like you said earlier, with the bank trying to pigeonhole a round loan into a square product, now we've got banks with over 200,000 live products online. So literally at the tip of your fingers, you've got the ability, a loan officer does, to generate a pre-qual within how long? How long does it take, Mitch, to get a pre-qual out?
As long as it takes you to type. I mean, it's literally, from the time through the counseling process, you sit down, you counsel the borrower and truly understand what that borrower's needs are. We're here to fulfill a borrower's needs. What is important to you? Is it lowest interest rate, highest proceeds? Is it no prepayment penalty? This is the beauty of the platform. we can give a borrower what they really want, what's motivating them, and we're going to give them access to the marketplace. So if it's out there, there's a very high probability we can get it for them. So that, that counseling process normally takes 10, 15 minutes as a very, thorough communication session. And then you hit a button and it's instant. I mean, it's a couple of seconds and the prequal is generated. So, time that an originator would normally have taken calling lenders and dialing and waiting for calls back and going back and forth and then manually trying to create some kind of a quote for the borrower, and then faxing and emailing, and God alone knows the ancient ways of communicating. I mean, that was hours and hours and hours of wasted time that could be spent on productivity for that originator, going out, developing new relationships, marketing themselves, and selling. Get rid of that busy work. Machines do busy work a lot better than we do. I think we found that out. So it's just truly remarkable, and truly will save originators. So if they use that time effectively, they truly could double, treble their business by using this technology. And that's just by the time saving. Then you add on the efficiencies and the unfair advantage they have on other originators. So if I'm going to a borrower and I'm going to say to a borrower, look, I'm going to give you access to the capital markets. Within minutes, I'm truly going to give you real live quotes of the loans that best fit your needs, with a very, very high probability that that lender will fund the loan, because the lenders told us already they want to see this deal. Or you could go to, mortgage broker A over here, who may have a thing, and it's probably going to take weeks to get you back. And ultimately, you might get a loan, but you probably won't get the best loan for your needs. Who do you think the borrower is going to want to go with?
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, the way that loans are originated hasn't changed since Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble were originating commercial loans, right?
Exactly, you're not wrong. Yeah, it hasn't changed. Just let's sit down with a banker and just hat in hand, and please, sir, will you fund my loan? Money is a commodity. Here's the reality: whether it comes from bank A, bank B, lender A, B, it's the same money, it's the same dollars, right? So really, the question comes down to what is best going to fit for that borrower, and which lender has an appetite for the loan that borrower is looking for. That's it.
Right.
And I think people are very hung up on relationship. I think there's the swing in the market that's just happened recently has demonstrated that relationship means nothing.
Yeah.
When regulators walk into a bank and say you're too heavily vested in a particular property type, you need to cut off. They're going to cut off. You could have 7 figures sitting in the bank. You could have a 20-year relationship with that bank. It doesn't matter. So to a large extent, the relationship is very one-sided.
Yeah.
It's ultimately what's going to work best for the lender. We've had situations where people have had deep banking relationships with a particular bank. One that comes to mind, and we got that borrower a loan, and their bank happened to be on our system. We got them a loan through their own bank, through our system, at 50 basis points cheaper than they were originally quoted from that very same bank prior to coming to us. Tell me what that relationship's worth, So I think it's come down to, like every other industry, empower the consumer, empower the borrower. And how do we do that? We do that using technology.
Yeah.
Mitch, can you speak to, it's very important when you're doing a commercial transaction to have a loan get funded and so forth and close on time. Can you speak to how ComLoan gives certainty in that process for somebody that's looking to get a commercial loan done, if it's multifamily or any type of other product? What's the certainty like that ComLoan provides on getting that closed on time?
Yeah, great question. I think what it comes down to is just the ease of communication and the relationships built with the lenders. We, throughout the entire process, we manage it. The borrower gets constant updates through their portal. They, the lender is able to download all the documents through their portal. So the ease of communication between the borrower and the lender using the ComLoan platform is unprecedented up till now. The other thing is we have a lender rating system where the lender's timeliness as far as quoting the loan and ultimately closing the loan affects their rating scores. It's pretty much like everything else. You jump into an Uber, and when you come out, you rate the Uber driver, and the Uber driver rates you, right? It's very similar. So the banks know they're on the clock, and they're going to be held accountable. And so any borrower coming into the system could say, I just want to work with a 5-star lender. And if their rating drops because they're not timely and there's no certainty of execution, they're not going to see as many loans as they would have seen. So it's really creating those efficiencies, holding the lenders accountable, great communication, and the lenders know this is a phenomenal source of quality loans. So I think they recognize the business opportunity for them. And here's the thing: as we grow, particularly at the rate we're growing, the level of accountability by the lenders is just going to grow, commensurately, because as more and more volume is being generated through the ComLoan platform, it's becoming more and more and more valuable to the lenders.
That was a great question, by the way. Really good question. Mitch, I think it was Richard Branson who said, if you take care of your employees, you don't have to worry about your customers, right? Because the employees will take care of the customers if you're taking care of the employees. Let's talk a little bit about some of the benefits of operating as a loan officer under ComLoan. You mentioned very aggressive splits, a very generous opportunity for originators. What about some other things? What else? There's health insurance, but there's also something that really attracted me, and you had an epiphany some time ago, and we talked about it, and let's just dive right into where the meat on the bone is here for a lot of folks.
Absolutely, we've left the best for last, right? So the real driver for this growth is a revenue share model that's been created, and certainly really appreciate your efforts and help on that, but based on your experience. But the opportunity that comes out of this revenue share model is astounding. I think any revenue share model is predicated on having a good underlying model, a good underlying business model. Mm-hmm. And I think we've demonstrated that ComLoan, using its technology, is a game changer for any commercial loan originator. Having said that, if you working for a company and it's really changing your life and your ability to conduct your business, you'd probably want to share it with others, right? You'd want to share it with others in your industry. And what the revenue share model recognizes is, if you are going to do that, we want to reward you for that, because ultimately you sharing it ultimately is going to result in the growth of the company. So the revenue share model allows you to share, as it says, in the revenue of people that you are attracting to the company. And it's just an amazing story, because the level of excitement from originators just by being part of ComLoan and using the tech and seeing how easy it is to do their business. And then when we tell them, hey, if you go and you share this opportunity with others, could ultimately result in life-changing revenue for you, it's like, oh my God, this is just outstanding. So I think that's where a lot of the growth has come. We having originators that were early adopters and came onto the system, in the early days, saw the vision, that are going out and sharing it with others, and then in turn those originators are sharing it with others, and that's why I have no real clear way of predicting what the number's going to be by the end of 2024. I know whatever I think of, it's probably going to exceed that significantly, because it's I'm still sort of struggling to wrap my head around this, but it's amazing.
Well, it really is, and this is the perfect industry. Legal firms operate on a revenue share model. Financial firms, Primerica, this is nothing new. Trammell Crow back in the '80s started in Dallas a revenue share model with his real estate business, and we've seen some other companies of late do incredible things using the leverage of revenue share. But I think that, if somebody is watching the show right now and is interested, first of all, there's an opportunity coming up toward the end of January. If you happen to be in the Scottsdale area or would like to join us, we actually have a wonderful event that's going to be over the weekend of the 26th, 27th, and 28th. And I think maybe Trelvis has a link that we could put up there and see. There it is. Yeah. Okay.
That's the registration page.
That's the registration page. There's a home page up there as well, but it's the Ignite conference. And if you happen to be watching this show, there is a charge, a ticket price associated with this. But if you're watching the show, I want you to reach out to me directly, DM me. And C3, we've got something special we're going to offer the viewers of Cliff Notes, don't we?
That's right.
What is it?
Yeah, I believe we have a discount code for those folks that are going to be contacting us directly.
Right. It's called Don't Buy One, Get One Free.
Right.
Right? Something like that. Yeah, you don't even have to buy a ticket. You're going to be a personal guest of C3 and myself and Mitch at the event. It's actually in Chandler at the Forum. And we're going to have some incredible speakers there for you. One of Tony Robbins' former number one coaches. We've got Glenn Bill coming. That's Stephen Hilgart. We've got Glenn Bill coming down from Indianapolis.
James Wong.
Yeah, James Wong, president of EXP Commercial. And then Mitch, you've got through your connections, you were able to get some really influential people who are going to be coming as well.
Oh yeah, we've got a phenomenal panel of originators who are going to be discussing, just what they see coming, in the coming year, 2024, some of the opportunities, some of the potential headwinds relating to commercial loan origination. Very seasoned people. We've got one of the top credit guys from Bank of America going to be there. We have a top life company representative. Agency representative. So really a broad spectrum of the different types of lenders. So very knowledgeable panel. Going to be a great discussion. And I think the whole focus of the Ignite conference is really to help any commercial loan originator come out of the chute running in 2024. Just really, looking at potential marketing / sales opportunities, and really how best to position themselves for 2024. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be an awesome event where I was just looking at the numbers. We're really starting to fill up, which is great. And just even if you're not in Arizona, you know what, the flights aren't that bad. If you book in advance, there's some great hotels very close by. As Cliff said, the weather's going to be perfect, as it always is at this time of the year. So the probability of rain or snow certainly is not going to be in the forecast. So you're going to have great weather, great company, and I just think if you're in commercial real estate origination or thinking of getting in, it would be a great event to attend.
Yes, indeed. As far as a networking event, I can't think of another event that's held anywhere else that's going to have the quality of people and the content for you to get your blueprint for 2024. You know, we talked about the headwinds coming. This real estate mess that we're looking at, especially in office and multifamily, it's everywhere. Could take years to pan out. So if you're not prepared, and you know, if you're not on the right horse for the next 3 years, chances are you might get left behind. And that's the thing, folks, is, you know, we want to reach out and help people who want to help themselves. And if that sounds like you, and if you're interested in not only having a wonderful transaction business, but also being able to create generational wealth and build a legacy for your family, then this is an event that you do not want to miss. Once again, it's comloanignite.com. And Mitch, man, I'm telling you, that was a great thing that we talked about. It was born. The idea was born just a short time ago, but what a timely, relevant conference to put on there in the hometown of ComLoan, so that we can help these loan officers really self-actualize and just be everything that they can be.
Absolutely. And the one thing I want to add is, you know, as part of our process of bringing on originators, you know, if you're not currently a commercial loan originator, and possibly you're a residential loan originator, which certainly has gone through some hard times, you know, with the rise in interest rates, we can make that switch so easy for you. I think up till now it's been really difficult on breaking into commercial from residential, because it's a pretty steep learning curve. You know, you know, the process of underwriting a loan is very, very different. It's a far more technical product. So generally, you know, it's been, you know, almost a swear word to some extent for residential loan officers, because it's just the mountain seems so steep to climb. We've created a training process that truly will convert any residential originator or any residential real estate agent, or even a commercial real estate broker who wants to break into commercial lending. We'll be able to give you the training, the initial training. We have a phenomenal online training platform that we've partnered with. But in addition to that, we will partner you with a seasoned loan originator, which we call a mentor. That's our mentor program, to walk you through and help you with your first, you know, 10 or 12 transactions, until you feel really comfortable that you can provide the level of service to your clients that you'd want to. So it's really an opportunity of breaking into an extremely lucrative industry at a time using the ComLoan platform that you're going to have such a competitive advantage. So just thought I'd throw that out, that you know, if it's something you're thinking of getting into, buy that plane ticket if you're out of state, and come to the conference.
I can't help but just, I mean, it's so important. You know, a lot of the big decisions we make in life, we have to get out of the boat and walk a little on water. But folks, let's face it, there are weeds in the garden right now. You can't deny that there are weeds. And if you're not making plans right now to take care of your garden and to flourish and to do the things you need to do to succeed in the market over the next 3 years, then I don't know what to tell you. But you know what? This type of an opportunity for people that are in the commercial lending business comes around once in a lifetime. And this is your opportunity right now to make a difference for you, your family, your clients. This is the answer for those of you who are standing around wondering, how am I going to serve my clients now? My lenders are not able to accommodate, and I don't have any place to go to. Come see ComLoan. Check it out. It's comloan.com on the website, on the internet, and try to come see us in January. We'd love to visit with you again. It's comloanignite.com, and it's January 26th, 27th, and 28th in Chandler, Arizona at the Forum. It's going to be an all-star cast of speakers. It'll be networking. This is your chance to make those connections that you need to get you out of your zip code, to get you on a national platform, so that you can have access to over 700 lenders. That's over 200,000 data points of live loan products, guidelines, pricing, A to Z, and the ability to be able to generate pre-approvals, pre-qualifications rather, and it just with a touch of your fingers. It's that simple. Mitch, I am, as you know, I'm super stoked about you and your vision and the company. You've really attracted some great people to ComLoans. Many of them have been with you the entire time when you were serving the borrowers at large, and now that you've decided to scale the company and include commercial loan officers in the mix, it's just incredible. You are well positioned to take this company to something that I think is going to be probably the major lender player in the entire industry in the next few years. So we're super excited to be on your team and to be here, just to be a small part of this, and are always excited to have you on the show. Is there anything that you'd like to close with? Anything that we didn't talk about that you feel like that you maybe want to share with our audience today?
I think we covered a lot, and certainly I appreciate it. It's always great being on here with you guys, and certainly appreciate everything you've done, and feel extremely blessed for you to be part of this. I couldn't want better partners to join on this journey, and I truly do believe, I think we do have an opportunity to transform an industry, which, how many people have that opportunity? It's exciting. I think you touched on it. I was very fortunate to have, been the father to birth the company, but at the end of the day, it's the people, and we've got such an outstanding team. A lot of them have been on this journey since almost the beginning, through a lot of the trials and tribulations of developing a new technology and transforming an industry. So I think with all the key ingredients are in place. I think within where the economy is at the moment is perfect. I think historically it's proven that at times of economic upheaval, that's when breakout technologies and breakout companies grow, and enormous wealth is created. If everything's easy and stable, it's very difficult to break out. So I think the climate is perfect, where the economy's at, where the industry's at, the technology, and then you overlay the revenue share model with the ability of creating unprecedented wealth for members of the team and ultimately of the ComLoan family, which I think is exciting, because and that's the part that really excites me, is that we're going to change a lot of lives of the people that are going to go on this journey with us, which is exceptionally exciting. I mean, that's amazing to me. So what can I say? This is going to be a fun ride, and I feel enormously blessed.
Well, I just love where your heart is. It is about changing lives. That's what we're here for. All right, my friend, we're going to let you go. I think on our way home, Mitch, great to see you, but we got to stop at Nando's.
That's a given. I'll be bitterly disappointed if you don't.
We're going to have to get a little peri-peri on the way home. It is exactly halfway between here and our house, I believe. So we're going to stop there thinking of you and try some of that. Which dish was it I'm supposed to get?
Well, I think anything on that menu is going to be outstanding. You guys are going to be Nando virgins. So you got to get into this gradually. So we don't want to, we go in with the traditional grilled chicken. You can pick your style of, how hot you want the chicken, if it's mild, medium, or hot. So go with your personal preference. Nice grilled chicken, comes with French fries, a nice Portuguese roll. And then peruse down the menu, see how adventurous you want to get. You can maybe get a little adventurous with some peri-peri chicken livers or whatever. But hey, let's take it gradually. Let's get you into this slowly.
I love it. I love it. My mouth's watering. I'm like Pavlov's dog right now. Mitch, great to see you as always. Congratulations. You've got a real tiger by the tail here, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Great seeing you guys, and we'll chat soon.
All right, take care. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. ComLoan, check it out. Get a hold of C3 or me
Boom.
personally. I'm telling you, this is going to be this will be in the Fortune 500. It'll be in all of the big deals, because this is incredible what Mitch has put together, and we're so excited to be working with him on it.
Epic.
Yeah, epic it is. So I think we're going to take the week off next week because it's Christmas and the New Year's. But I just want to pray for you guys to have a wonderful holiday. We thank you so much. We're wrapping up another year here of Cliff's Notes, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have a happy holiday and a wonderful new year. We'll see you soon. So tune in every Thursday where we'll give you the tips, tricks, and tactics to explode your business. I guarantee it.